welcome. It's another game day. It is Sunday again. First 4 games of the year, all Sunday afternoon games for Parramatta. How good is that? A bit of regularity. We know we're playing on a Sunday arvo. Should be primed and ready to go. No excuses about changing conditions, 7-day turnarounds every week. You think Parramatta have had the perfect start to the year for that reason, but apparently not. Joining me today, as usual, is Matt Tate. Tatey, welcome.
Thank you.
And we've got the Manly fan in. Now we're going to make him feel very welcome first of all. Get him pumped up because get him excited for the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got for the licensing rules, of course. So welcome to the show, Lorenzo. How are you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you, Adam and Matt, for having me on. And, keen for the game today. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Now, before we get into obviously talking about the game, let's go through. This is the away game show, is the Spot on Hose and Fittings Game Day show. Obviously, I'd like to thank all our sponsors as well. Riverside Brewing Co., Time for a Chat, as AMS Trophies, Tate Sports Card up there, Tony Mustafa, Mortgage Choice, Non-Stop Landscapes, BMA Trucking, Eurowork, XYZ, Paraleagues, and as I said, Spot on Hose and Fittings. They do have the naming rights for today's show. So I said a bit of late mail, obviously starting with that as well. There is a few changes to the Parramatta team with the injury to Jack Williams. So first of all, Jack hopefully gets better soon. 6 weeks of minor knee surgery. So I'm guessing that's just been a bit of a cleanup, maybe a bit of floating cartilage. I'm not sure how that happened. Did you hear anything about that, Matt? How it actually happened, or it just happened?
I have no idea. As far as the first time I even heard he was injured, wasn't even aware he was injured.
There's nothing in the game. There's nothing coming out during the week in the training reports and stuff. So anyway, let's run through that Para team. Obviously, so there is some changes. So backline remains the same. Olney at fullback. Russell currently on the wing with Addo-Carr. Penasini and Lomax in the centres. Saying currently on the wing and hoping for a last-minute change in case you didn't gather that. Brown at 5'8" with Hawkins. Front row now is Paulo and Offengawi starting in game 200. Lussick at hooker. I'm expecting big things from Lussick actually against Manly. I really am. Itogi in the second row. Lane somehow also his spot in the second row as well, and Hopgood at lock. The bench is now Smith, Charlie Geimer, Sam Tuivasa, and Dan Kerr with an extended bench of Semrani and Papali'i. So that's Josh Papali'i. We haven't got one of the other ones across, just to clarify there. And that's the Parramatta team for today so far. Obviously, that could change an hour out. I'm expecting a change. I'm just going to say it now. I'm expecting Sean Russell to have a niggle in an injury and Semrani to play. Yeah. Obviously, we couldn't get approval, I believe, for Semrani to play this week with NRL. But look, if shit happens on game day and someone pulls up sore or wakes up with a bit of a cold, and that's all you've got available in your squad, it's a bit hard to knock it back, isn't it? So let's see if we get that over the line. The Manly team, Travojevic at fullback, Hoppity and Saab on the wings, Kola and Garrick in the centres. Luke Brooks, the milestone man, after playing that one finals game last year or two. Did he play 1 or 2 finals games last year?
Two
finals games, experienced player now. At 5'8", Daly Evans, who's certainly created some headlines this week at halfback. Lock is Travojevic. Second row is another Travojevic with Olaklatu, Takiaho and Aloe. Is it Aloe or Josh Oyoli?
Yeah. However you say it, yeah.
I know how it is, but it's always going to be Usha Ole. And Jazz Tavanga at hooker. Funny enough, I know he played there last week. So Jazz Tavanga at hooker. Bench of Simkin, Waddle, Corey Waddell. Waddle, fuck. It's a Sunday morning, guys. Give me a break. Bullymore, Brown, who we know is going to come out fired up against Parramatta, and obviously extended bench there, Sipley and Falola. God, some of those names are great to get through. That's your Parramatta. That's your Manly team. Making those team lists there. Let's talk about the backlines first of all. Lorenzo, that Manly backline compared to the Parramatta backline has a bit of speed in both the teams, isn't there?
Yeah, 100%. I like our backline because there's speed, like you said. If Garrett can play the way he did last week, getting 4 tries, then, I guess he's in for a pretty big game if that's the case. Turbo back's good too. Obviously how good Manly are with Turbo in the team, whole better side. So the backline's good for us. That's probably our strongest backline, I'd say, at full strength. But yeah, the Parramatta backline themselves isn't too bad with Addo-Carr and Lomax there. So we'll see how Manly conquer them too, because I'm watching them two pretty closely, the Fox and Lomax.
It's funny you mentioned Garrick, actually, because Garrick's a player I've really always rated. I love watching him play. Garrick seems to have shockers against Parramatta. whenever he plays Parramatta, he seems to play absolutely terrible. Like I've seen him shank some kicks, like just
Jinx it
some
now.
poor defensive reads. I know I've probably jinxed it, but like Garrett's usually like a mainstay in my super coach team, or like, he's always, if I'm having a punt on a Manly game, I'll usually chuck Garrett first try scorer, like 100%. And then every time he plays this, he's actually been, average. So I've probably jinxed it. But speaking of players like that, Matt, talking to Parramatta backline, Will Penasini, for example, I know Will Penasini coming through that Parramatta, I guess, junior system. Manly were a top team and Parramatta are a top team. And Will used to love playing Manly and still does. So looking at that Parramatta backline, Matt, what's your expectations today?
Yeah, Will play good against Dogs last week. I feel like the switch he's had with Lomax, he's still getting used to that side, but I feel like he was stronger last week. So it's only better having Fox next to him. But yeah, it's concerning, especially when you've got Ola Kawatu on that side as well now. So I don't know. I just hope Lomax doesn't run himself into the ground like previous weeks and someone else comes in and takes some carries to take some pressure off Lomax.
Yeah, he set the tone last week, didn't he? And like, obviously, it was an amazing performance what he did. But I hope it's inspiring others to step up this week and kind of, it's I've shown you how to lead the way. Now follow me, and take a bit of pressure on him because, like you said, if he keeps it every week, he's going to burn himself out big time. Look, we're going to get to obviously our players to watch and all this kind of stuff. We're going to start with the big news of the week and see how firstly you're feeling about it, Lorenzo. Like the Daily Show Evans news, like as a Manly fan, how did that hit you? Like, is it? He's been going to leave the club before and he backflipped, and I think he's made it pretty obvious. I think he feels pretty disrespected, is the word I put it. Like, I think Manly kind of just assumed that he would be staying. He's never going to leave the club, and now all of a sudden he's made the decision to go, even when they put another offer on the table. Now, he's not said he's going to play on. He's not said he's going to sign his VC, but he's last year at Manly. How are you feeling about it, mate?
Yeah, it's rough, isn't it? Like, he's been at Manly for a good part of 15 years now. 15 years now. Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, my favorite player for a reason. And yeah, no, I think the way he's gone about it is good. Like, I thought the way he spoke on 100% footy was all pretty well. And look, he has a case. Maybe Manly did disrespect him with the price they offered the first time to him, but I don't know. Apparently, it's Manly didn't have the money for him, and they want to have a bit of a pay cut because he's getting a bit older. I don't know, but look, overall, it's a messy situation. So, yeah, it's tough to see it all unfold like that, but hopefully it doesn't distract the boys today.
That's the biggest thing. Like, we can talk about disrespect or whatever, or what he's done for the club, but he always does handle himself well as well. I think it is a distraction. Like, I think it is a big distraction, and I don't know if I'm hoping it's a big distraction, but like, I watched Jake Trbojevich's interview when they interviewed him about it, and those Turbo brothers, like, they are Manly through and through. They love that club. And he never bagged out Daly. He never said a bad thing, but he just kept referring back to, yeah, mate, I'm Manly. Like, me, Manly, we care about Manly. For me, that was a little stab at Daly Evans saying, you should care about Manly. You should care about what this club's done for you. And you don't. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few boys off him in the change room. Like, a few of those boys that have grown up in the area, have given all for this club. Like, we know what the Trbojevic players do. I love they're like this for Manly, but every club in the NRL would love those brothers around their team. Like, they go to other games. Like, I've listened to the Matty Johns' podcast quite a bit. They go to like local games on the weekend and do timekeeping and do ground announcing and stuff like that. Like, Trbojevic got there early for the Harold Matson SG ball game one day when they were on, just to do the ground announcing. Tom, like, just because he could, like, stuff like that. Like, it's fantastic, but there's three of them in the team. If he has upset him a bit, it could have a bit of an influence on it. Do you agree with that, Matt?
Yeah, 100%. Well, we've seen it with Dylan. Like, we went through the same stuff when Dylan announced he was going to Newcastle. It seemed like he just, I don't know, it was a bit of a distraction. But yeah, I think, yeah, Daly, that comments where he's like, I don't care. I'm Manly. I don't care. Like, it's like he doesn't give a shit what Cherry Evans is doing next year. I'm Manly. So, yeah, I think it's a bit of a statement towards him, but hopefully it's a distraction. But I don't know. It could have the opposite effect.
Lorenzo, do you want to comment on this one? Will Manly fans boo him like Para fans boo Dylan? I watched, watched the Matty John show the other night, and there's some Manly fans in the crowd, and every time they mentioned Daly, they booed him. Now, I haven't been a fan of Billy Dilling. I certainly think Manly fans shouldn't boo Daly Cherry Evans, but I think there will be some that do. What do you think about it?
Oh, look, some will, I reckon. Some will boo him, and I don't agree with it because he's our captain. He's been at Manly for a long time. You look at what he's done for the club. He's done a whole heap, right? I won't boo him. I'll be there today. I obviously won't boo him, but some people will, and that's fine. That's their opinion. But back to the whole Jake Trbojevic stuff. Yeah, I guess with Jake, you know how passionate he is. Yeah, like he gets so rolled up about stuff, and he's so like open about saying stuff. But yeah, I guess he is probably hurt that Ches has made that call to leave Manly after all that time and whatever. Yeah, look, if some boys are a bit annoyed, I don't blame them, I guess. But I'm sure, the goal is to end the year well, and I'm hoping that everyone's on the same page in the end.
Hayden's joining the comments, made a comment here. He says, this guy was in a vlog once as a little kid looking. I'm guessing he means your vlog. How old are you, mate?
I'm only 18.
He's only 18, Hayden, and he looks like more of a man than you will ever be. So he has all grown up. He's actually got hairs on his chest, unlike you. So
yeah, no, I was very young in his first vlog I featured in, very young.
His first vlog. You poor. I've told Hayden he shouldn't be hanging around kids like that, but he just doesn't listen to me anyway. Let's move on from Hayden and move to the game. And I guess we'll start with you, Lorenzo. Manly, who's the game winner for Manly? Who's the one that we have to watch out for? Who needs to take this on his own back? And I know you're probably going to say Daly because no one Parramatta. That's what's going to happen. Daly Cherry Evans is going to come out. Everyone's going to be talking about if it's affecting him. He's probably just going to school us with about 3 40-20s and 5 try assists or something. But who's your man? That's mine. That's my man to watch from Manly.
Yeah, I think Daly's definitely one of them. But I'll go Turbo. I reckon Turbo is the guy that will want to make a statement. I guess after missing last week's game, back at Brookie, I'm sure Turbo will be up for it. I know it's a bit wet, so we'll see if that affects him a whole lot with the weather, the dew on the ground. But I'm sure Turbo will be one guy to look out for today. So I'll back him as my player.
I've got to you, Matty, the Manly player we've got to watch, obviously.
Oh my god, they always come back against Para, don't they? But yeah, I'm gonna say Ola Kawatu because it's been well publicized in the past how he got let go from Para, and he's a massive Para fan, and we spot him at some of the games when Manly's not playing. He's at Combank watching the Eels, and he takes these games very personal, and yeah, like he's one of the ones that got away, and he always manages to step up against us. So I feel like he's the one we're going to watch.
Yeah, I'm saying Daly. I just think he's going to come and put a masterclass on. I guess looking through that Manly team, is there a weakness? Is there a place we can target, Matt? I'm looking at their front row. I'm not sold on their front row at all.
Yeah, I think Nath Brown will come on and I don't know, get sent off or something. But I think the boys will get in his ear and he'll get a bit too fired up. But yeah, I think through the middle definitely. But yeah, I think once Riley comes on and we'll switch it up a little gear and direct it through the middle, I think we can get him.
Yeah, Lorenzo, is there? Well, I guess it's part of Manly you're worried about, a bit of a weakness in there.
Yeah, I'd say the front rowers are definitely one that I'm a bit worried about too, because our front row stock's not too great, I don't think. Compared to our back line, our forwards can definitely be a bit better. I will say, if there's a weakness I do feel like I'm not sold on just yet, it's that edge of Luke Brooks and Ben Trbojevic. I think them two needs to be defensively really good. I'm not sure what back row is running at them two today. It might be Cow Tiger, maybe.
Don't worry, our back row throwers don't run at anyone. You're fine. You're safe.
Oh, well, that's good then. Nah, but I think that edge of Brooks and Burbo, that's one. I feel like that's a weakness.
Yeah, I agree. The front row and hooker, Tuanga's a great defender, but like Canberra pretty ordinary against Manly, last week as well. But I'm just not sold on him as a hooker. I think he's a fantastic lock. Can do a job at hooker when he has to, but yeah, I'm not sold on it. So that's a weakness there. Looking at the Para team, Matt, who's got to stand up? Who's got to have a big game today?
Dylan Brown. We say it every week, but I feel like I've got a tip. Like if anyone saw Justin Horro during the week, his podcast, what do you call it? The Chivillans or whatever multi, where it's like Daly, Cherry Evans anytime and Dylan Brown anytime. So jumped on that. So I feel like Dylan always has an all right game against Manly. We saw it 2022 when Mitch was out.
Me last time.
Yeah. And then, like, I don't know. I feel like Dylan's the one that really needs to step up today and not let Lomax do everything. But I'll be interesting to see who comes in an hour before the game, looking at who we kept on the extended bench.
Yeah. Well, I think Josh is always at 18th man at the moment. He's a great 18th man to have, but I think Sam Riney comes in for Russell. I think there's something going on there for sure. Like I said, no proof, just an idea. Look, for me, actually, I'll go to you, Enzo. Looking at Parramatta, who you worry about, who you have to stop today, who can stand up and have a big game that can, I guess, make the difference?
I'll go a bit different. I'll say Junior Paolo. I think he's someone that I reckon we have to contain really well because I like his offloads. Like his second phase play is really good for a front rower. I know Parramatta haven't been playing great recently, but I feel like he's a lot fitter under roles too, Paolo. Like he's playing a lot better and ever than before. So I reckon that's one guy we got to try and contain today, Junior Paolo.
You said you're going to be a bit different, but you've actually taken the words right out of my mouth. Like, I'm 100% with you. Like I said, looking at that Manly front row, there's a big chance of Parra to get on top today. And Junior probably played his best game last year in 3 years, since 2022. I think he had a couple of good performances in 2023, but in 2024, he's average. And he set the standard of what his year's got to look like. And he set the standard of what everyone else has to do. Now, Joel Gowie comes in the starting team as well in his 200th game. There's a massive chance for our front rowers with Hopgood there at lock, obviously, as well. And Sam Tuivasa getting more experience coming off the bench to get dropped. He got dropped, I think, to get his game minutes up in Cup, and he's come back in the team. There's a big chance for them to get on top massively against this. I'm going to say it's a weak Manly pack, but it's certainly not Manly's strongest asset. Manly's backline is their asset. And if we can set the tone with those forwards, then I guess it kind of takes the backline out of play. I guess the next question to you, Matty, is how's Parramatta win this game? I think I've just kind of answered there. What do Parramatta have to do to win the game?
Tackle. Just tackle. Like, play the field position. We saw a couple, just ice those players. We saw it last week. We had 6 sets of 6 in the 20 and just could not ice the player. There was no patience. They rushed the plays. It was like they were trying to score off every play, which we've seen it in the past as well. It's just be patient. And I think that's just play the field position.
Yeah, I'll answer this question first. Williams dropped out, obviously, from the front row, and often Gowie come in. And then Tuivasa and Gaima both come in with also Matt Dury dropping out, which I was actually quite surprised. I don't know if Dury's got a little injury, but I thought he's actually been playing quite well in limited minutes. But that's the changes there. Lorenzo, Manly, what do Manly got to do to win this game? Besides, obviously, score more points than Parramatta and probably just, I guess, hold the ball. I guess, $1.15 favourites against $6 Parramatta Eels. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, well, like you said, I think just got to hold the ball and, I mean, do what we've done to the Cowboys and Raiders, have possession and just keep playing, I guess, strong through the middle. Like, if Turbo, DCE and Brooks can all get involved, then we should be okay. But look, I guess the one thing that I'm hoping Manly don't do is get complacent like they did against the Wars and, sort of be too lenient with what Parra can do if they do turn up today. But, I think mainly for us, just, stay focused, play how we are so far this season at Brookie and, see how we go.
Yeah, and I guess I've already nailed mine, but it is a Manly game. But $6 is tasty odds in a, I guess, 2-horse race, isn't it, for Parramatta? Parramatta either usually turn up at Manly or get absolutely flattened. So if I was a betting man, which of course I am, I'd be either taking Parramatta at the $6 odds just to win or backing Manly by 30 plus, because I think it's either going to be one or the other. Parramatta can somehow just scrape over the line or Manly will absolutely kill us. Let's get to some predictions. I want to...
weather would help as well.
Oh, it's sunny though now, isn't it? It's sunny up here.
Not here. It's like miserable here.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, right. I didn't know that. I had to look up the weather report for something I'll do later. But, it's obviously pissed down here yesterday, so it's going to be a bit slippery track. But I was hoping it was torrential conditions. Please, the game's sold out as well. So, obviously, if it does fine up, obviously it'll be a massive sellout, mostly Manly crowd there. Parramatta fans probably aren't going to travel across to Manly after the recent results. But let's get to some bold predictions or just some predictions. I want a scoreline and a first try scorer. And let's do something different this week. I want a headline from the game. All right. So I'll go to you first, Matt. I'll give the guest a bit of time to think. So give us your scoreline, your first try score, and a headline from the game.
24-16. I'll stay strong to my Tuesday night prediction. I got Hopgood scoring first. I think a nice little Darcy Lussick barge over ball close to the line. And bold prediction, headline, I'm going to say Eels score their first win in a tight one.
It's a boring headline. I'll go next.
Yeah,
I want a bit of creativity out of it. I've gone 18-16 Para, and I've gone Fox first try scorer. My headline is search party cancelled as Brown is found. Yeah, it's a good one. What do you got?
All right, I'll say Manly 34-18. First try scorer, I'll go with Lee Hopewadi on the wing. And my headline is Rift Rumours over as DCE leads Manly to a win.
I like that. I like that as well. That's creative. Matt, yours was fucking terrible. That was so creative. Yeah. All right, that's it, guys. That's all we've got time for. So we keep it as a short show on the game day preview. I know Lorenzo's got to head off to the game. I have decided to not make the trip down to Sydney this week because, 3 trips to Sydney in 6 days is not going to be enjoyable. I'll be watching at home on a fine Sunday afternoon in Maitland with some tomato sauce called relish and some sausage rolls. But thanks for joining us. Good luck today, Lorenzo. I don't think you need it. And go Para.
Bring it on. Should be good. Thank you, guys.